Speaker, the National Roundtable on the Environment and the Economy says northern communities will need lots of help to adapt to the effects of climate change. Storm surges are threatening Tuktoyaktuk. Permafrost is melting, causing roads and infrastructure to fail. Wildlife such as caribou are being threatened by changes to their ecosystems. All of these things are threatening the economic and human development of the North. Does this government have a plan to help the North deal with the rapidly spreading effects of the changing climate?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary, the Minister of the Environment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Liberal approach is to add a massive carbon tax on the North. Our government understands that as a northern country, Canada is particularly vulnerable to climate change. That's why the Mayo-B Hydro project in Yukon was the first project to receive federal funding of $71 million to the new Green Infrastructure Fund. Since 2007, the federal government has invested over $85 million to help Canadians adapt to climate change, $21 million of which was specifically directed to communities in the North. The massive expansion of the Nahanni, and on, Mr. Speaker, we're getting it done for the North.
The Honourable Member for Western Arctic. Order, please.
Mr. Speaker, this government's inaction on climate change isn't just being noticed at home, but Canada's very reputation is on the line. A number of prominent figures from Commonwealth developing nations are moving to get Canada suspended from the organization for its active attempts to block actions on climate change. This action is usually taken against the worst human rights abusers, but they argue that Canada's actions will end up having the same impacts. Will this government stop fighting against climate change, or are they willing to sacrifice our Arctic with their cynical lack of effort on climate change?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary. Order, please. There's a lot of noise going on and the Speaker's having difficulty hearing. The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary. Order.
Well, the fact is, Mr. Speaker, Canadians know the only party in this House that takes climate change seriously, that is actively working against climate change with our international partners, Mr. Speaker, is this party right here. Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister has been very clear in the ministry.
Order. 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 The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary of the Minister of the Environment.
Mr. Speaker, the Minister has said repeatedly that Canada supports an international binding treaty that will balance environmental protection and economic prosperity, maintain a long-term focus, support the development of clean technologies, support constructive and ambitious goals, Mr. Speaker. We're getting it done.